Hi, George Lopez here again. I got some positive reviews about my first view of several Magic the Gathering cards, so I thought I'd follow it up with 4 more. Okay, first we have Cryptic Command from the Lorwyn expansion. It is a rare, it is a blue spell, it costs you 3 raindrops and a 1, and here's what it does. You choose 2 of the following. You counter a spell, you bounce a permanent, you tap all your opponent's creatures, and you draw a card. Now the reason you need to stay away from this card is for 2 reasons. First, you can only do 2 of these abilities. If you could do all 4, it might be decent, but you can only do 2, and therefore you're better off playing perhaps a regular old counter spell to counter the spell, a boomerang for returning the permanent to its owner's hand, etc., and so on and so on. And plus, this card is a rare, so it's harder to find, but at the same time, I wouldn't expect to pay more than $5 or so for it, because it's not a very powerful card, and honestly, you're better off running other stuff in its place in your mono blue control deck. Okay, next we have Bogart Hellkite from the Time Spiral expansion. It is a dragon, it costs 6 and 2 fire, and it is from the Time Spiral expansion. And it has flash, which means you can put it into play anytime you could play an instant spell. It is a flying creature and is a 5/5. The drawback of this card is that it costs 8 mana for a 5/5 flying creature. You can get the same deal out of Tombstalker, which is a card from the same set that only costs 2, and you get a 5/5 flying creature out of it. Now this other spell, the other ability of this spell is that when Bogart Hellkite enters the playing field, it deals 5 damage as you choose to any number of creatures or players. But the problem is, if your opponent's not playing creatures, it has to deal the 5 damage to your own creatures. And if you don't have enough creatures besides the dragon, it has to deal the 5 damage to itself, and it only has 5 life, so it would destroy itself. You're much better off playing another dragon in its place, something a little more expensive, but at least it doesn't kill itself like this guy does. Okay, next we have Chandra. Well, it's a
okay, let's retake.
Okay, next we have Chandra. It's double A.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hold on. Let's just. Okay, take 3.
All right. Next, we're going to be looking at Chandra. Okay, finally, we're going to be looking at Mutivault from the Lorwyn expansion. It is a rare, it is a land, it is a rare land, which means if you open this in your booster pack, you should not be excited to be opening something that is not anything other than a land in your pack. But what it does, it adds 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. It does not even add a color of mana to your mana pool. You cannot play spells with this card. Its other ability is that you can pay 1 and turn Mutivault into a 2/2 creature that is a changeling, and it is all creature types until the end of turn, and it is still a land. But you should never do this, because in doing so, you turn your Mutivault into a 2/2 creature, therefore exposing it to removal spells, such as Shock, Shriek Maw, Terror, and Deathmark, and the like, and with all those running rampant in the current Type 2 games that you will play, it is never a wise idea to activate your Mutivault. Therefore, it is basically simply a land that adds colorless mana and should not play it anywhere. I would expect to see this card to go for no more than $3 at the most. That concludes today's lesson. If you'd like me to review any cards in particular, or if you need any advice on the rules of Magic the Gathering, please let me know, and I'd be happy to oblige if I feel like it.